doing this. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Hello. I'm going to tell people to refresh in the chat because it takes a sec.
Yep.
I'm going to refresh on my laptop. Still not up for me. There it is.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, there I'm seeing us. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We've got Chubby Hubby in the chat. And of course, we got Rufo with us today. Super exciting. You've been on some big adventures. You went from place to place, and we've had some updates along the way, but I'm excited to hear some of the tales as we go along today. And I have a package from you that I bet you don't even remember what all's in there.
Well, I definitely remember that Druzy piece. I'll not forget that because if no one bought that, I was taking it home. That was actually my favorite one.
Yeah. This piece, but there's a different package.
Was there another package?
I haven't opened yet. So we'll get into some of that today as we go along. And
oh yeah, that other one. Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one.
I forgot what's in there.
I know. It's been a while, and I've been patient. I just tucked it aside, and like I say, I dug in there to find the foam meteorites, but other than that, I didn't look at anything. So
yeah.
Good morning, Spot, or afternoon if it is.
Hey, Spot, Chubby Hubby. And did anyone else say hi?
I think that's it so far. Yeah.
We got a couple lurkers not saying hi yet.
Yeah, we do. Hi, lurkers.
Oh, better share this in the Discord, actually.
Yeah, good idea.
I gotta load it up on my computer. It takes like 2 minutes to load on my PC. Jackie, hi Jackie.
The one time when you actually start your live and the vertical mode is what you want. When you got a pal. We didn't have to fight with that this morning, but actually getting the link sent out to you is for some reason tricky for me this morning. And Angie, good morning, Angie.
Post this here, Lapidary Lounge.
Those are beautiful wire wrapping pieces there, Angie. I like the simplicity of those. They're gorgeous. Yeah, same goes, Jackie. Hope you're smiling on your end as well.
Okay. Got that posted in Discord.
Cool.
So I'm really excited. I gotta show these off because I can't wait.
Yeah, do absolutely.
Loki got me some new lights, some like studio lights. I've got one behind me, kind of lighting up the giant spheres back there. By the way, look at those.
Those are big. I did not notice.
That's a 2-inch sphere. That's a 3-inch sphere. Those are like 5.5-inch spheres.
Wow. What are they?
Calcite.
They're beautiful.
They're Jeffs is what they are.
It really?
Yeah, my other lights.
That's exciting.
So yeah, got a 2-light set from Loki, and they are nice. They actually make my opals flash, so you can actually see color in the opals with these lights. I'm so excited.
So I think I have the same light. Just a second.
But let me move this light.
Okay, this one with the big tripod stand?
That's exactly the lights I got.
Right. Okay, does it have this?
Yeah.
Where are you plugging in at?
I have a lot of USBs in my house.
So
I get these wall outlets. I buy these little outlet things right there.
Okay.
You just plug it into your wall, and it gives you like 6 normal plugs and 2 USBs on it.
I like that.
And then,
I like that.
Oops. Oh, we're zoomed in. Hi there.
I'm gonna have to get 1 or 2 of those because I do actually really like these lights. It's just having them plugged into all of my devices and stuff is sometimes kind of a cluster. So, but yeah, I see how good it makes you look. I might have to try using them more often.
Yeah, it's a little bright. I need to turn this one down a bit. Oh, there we go. Wow. A little more natural lighting. Because look at that. It's like washing me out. Okay, there we go. Anyway, hi everyone. I'm really excited to see you open the box. I remember a few things now that I think about it.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll remember a few things. But part of the reason why I waited to open this box, just so that everybody in the chat knows, is that Rufo was getting ready to move, so he just put some stuff in a box, and he really didn't take time to label it. And so rather than asking back and forth, via chat and pictures and stuff, what all this stuff is, we thought we would open it together, and he could kind of explain some of this stuff as we go. So I know he's got some stuff that he wants to play with along the way. So we'll get started with some of this stuff though, real quick. And then
Hey, boys.
we can just freestyle it, which is kind of a funny thing to see when you look at the chat. We're getting funny in the chat this morning. Good morning, Unheard Voice. Sorry about the paper noise. All right, so first things first, we have got some shells. And I'll turn you guys around and let you see everything as we go, but that one might be a little bit big for my light box. Guys, those are cool.
Oh yeah, so that's from the beach. That's from the southern beach, one of the southern beaches on Long Island.
Right on. Those are cool. I have a little hole in my coffee table. It's a spool, an old spool, and there's like a wooden knot hole in it that I always set a seashell in and then fill with little rocks and stuff.
Nice.
That's cool. I can get a little bigger shell in it. Those are actually really cool. Turn everybody around and let them have a look. Let's see if we can get them in here. We get little shells sometimes here by our rivers, but nothing that big. Let's see. I have to think about this. I don't know why putting it in vertical mode made me really need to think about this. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, goodness. It's a big, strong clue there that I'm going to need some more coffee. Okay, here we go. I'm sure you'll see my hand. Let's see. I mean it. Turn it around.
Flip camera.
There we go. And back in. All right. All right. Sorry about the ride, everybody. Look how cute these are.
I'm going to go close my other windows real quick because they're doing construction outside, and I don't know if you guys can hear the beeping or not.
I heard a little beep, yep. Unfortunately, it's fireplace season here too, so we have the background noise of the fireplace blow going. Look at all the little details up in here, you guys.
To be fair, Jackie, my lack of sun is partly that my blinds are closed at the moment, but also I have eastward facing windows in this room. So after the morning passes, which it's now 10, the sun is over there and not shining into our house at all. All day long, we don't get direct sun into our house, which is actually kind of nice. It doesn't get too hot.
Look at the little layers in there. Those are cool.
Okay, I ran and closed the window, sorry.
That's okay. Let's see what's next in here. Okay, there's a little bag on top. Let's see, it says, "Open me." And
yeah, a lot of people sometimes forget to open little things I bubble wrap, and I've had one or two people message me like, "I never found this rock." I'm like, "Did you unwrap all of the bubble wrap?" And they're like, "Oh no, I thought that was just stuffing."
Oh no. Awesome. You guys, I got stickers and magnets. I'm so excited.
I don't have any more of those stickers either. That was my last sticker. I saved it for you.
It's got to go on the new saw. For sure. For sure. Is that what that is too? That's cool.
Oh, that was just a random extra gift for you.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's something I had. I was going to put it on a marble slab, like a big slab of marble. I was going to stick it on there and thought it would be cool, but decided to do something else with that marble, so.
It's an interesting idea. Okay, there's a little bag of little goodies in here, you guys.
Hey, Patrick. Hey, Travis.
Good morning, fellas. And welcome. Okay. I'm guessing that these are Hercs.
Yeah, that's some Herkimer Druzy. Oh, that's a nice Herkimer.
Yes, it is. See if I can zoom you guys in just a little. Nope.
He's a baby chunker.
Yeah, that's awesome. And here's some little pyrites. It looks like. Ooh, those are cool.
Pyrite would be from Utah, from the Galena mine. Might need to move your lights over.
I was gonna say, I gotta get way back there, don't I?
You don't have anything to plug your little fancy USB lights into?
No, I don't have two. I have one.
I even got this little
Ooh,
portable. It's got 2 USBs in it, little portable battery pack, and it'll power those lights for like actually hours.
And I think I probably have purchased them for my kids. Holy cow, was that me? Yeah, sorry, let me fix that. Sorry, guys.
Don't you love the phone buzz? Phone
Yeah,
farts?
we'll make sure that doesn't happen again. That was the last time because I shut it
Actually, I'm
down.
going to silence mine too.
Yeah, that needed to happen. Sorry, guys. Awesome. I like those. Those are fun little goodies. And then there are some, looks like, are they quartz coins or are they Herc material too? I can't tell. Ooh.
Jackie with the ideas. Get an extension cord and use your phone charger block and then plug the USB into that.
I've thought about that, but I actually use like a computer charger to charge my phone and it plugs right in, doesn't have a USB thing. But I thought about it and I went through our old electronics stuff to see if I could take any, and there just weren't any around. So
yeah, those two are Arkansas.
Those are cool.
Those are Mount Ida, Arkansas quartz. I just realized I'm like leaning in and everyone's like looking at my face all close and I'm like leaning into the camera to look at your screen.
I tried to zoom it in and I had no success. So I'm going to try again in a minute if I need to. But look at that, you guys. That's cool. Not quite as pretty as this little guy, though, is it?
Yeah, that gemmy little Herc. Oop, bye-bye.
Nope, it's still there. Yeah, all my lights in the back of my box. Sorry about that, guys. Now let's see, though. Maybe if we get some bigger stuff going in here, we won't have such a hard time.
You can also turn your phone light on while we're live.
I've got a ring light on in the behind the phone that should be helping, but oh, that's cool. Tell me about it.
Do you have a UV light yet? I forget.
I actually do have two big UV beasts, but I sent them with Becca so she could take them to the sales.
That is all UV reactive. That is from the New Jersey mine that I went to, the fluorescent mine. That's all franklinite, willemite, and zincite. It's the red and green glowy stuff.
How cool is that gonna be, you guys? Stay
Don't mind
tuned.
my horrible wrapping job.
No, that's cool. That worked out really good. I like that little wrapping job.
I tried to make a bunch of cute little jars. I'm like, meh. I got a bunch of these too, and I'm about to fill a bunch of these jars with peridot.
Oh, nice. I like those.
Yeah, not this one. This one's for all my opals that are sitting here that I'm going to show off in a minute.
Well, there's one here that is labeled, and it's labeled Galena from Utah.
So that one is a Galena lead ore. You do want to wash your hands before eating after handling it.
Yep. Ooh, it's cool.
Also, if you had a UV light, I'll show you what it does. Let me go grab a piece and grab my UV, and that one actually might not be a UV reactive one.
Here we got it zoomed in a little bit.
Trying to see, yeah. Man, I don't even remember that piece.
It's cool.
Oh, now I kind of do when I see that side.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of the platinum ore.
Yes, so actually there is gold, silver, small amounts of platinum, and other things found in this galena from this mine. And then there's quartz crystals buried in pieces of them and stuff too. But I go there because it's got pyrite and quartz and galena and really pretty pieces. But let me go find a little piece I've got in my UV light to show y'all.
That's super cool.
Okay, so here's what some of them do. Let me show you. Well, first I'll show you in the light. So here you can see little bits of pyrite in there, and then the
Yeah.
galena in it.
Uh-huh.
When we turn off the lights, though,
Morning, Jennifer.
the magic happens with the UV.
Oh, holy cow.
Yeah, that stuff's got some reaction in it. So,
That's amazing.
yeah, the
And
galena
then
ore from Utah is really fun.
these are the faux meteorites. At least I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, they're the faux meteorites. So those came from the same place as the dino bone, actually.
And I do have one more here that's actually really kind of cool.
Yeah, we're not sure what the deal is with them, but there's some sort of like ironstone from out in the desert where my brother found those dino bones that I polished up and gave away and stuff. At first, when I found that one, I thought it might be bone or something because I saw that weird little feature. I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh no, it looks like a botryoidal hematite or
It sure
something.
does, doesn't it? It really, really does. It's beautiful, actually.
Yeah, I was excited. I thought I found like metallic dino bone. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
those.
a little bit different color than some of the hematites that we find out here, so that's really kind of cool. It actually, if you're talking about faux meteorites, that brown kind of color is kind of common in meteorites, and that smooth texture on the outside would get your heart pumping a little bit. But yeah, turning it over and seeing that like really botryoidal feature on the other side would be a sinker.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, those are cool. I like those.
yeah. There's like pounds of that stuff just laying all over the top of the ground out there, and after a while, I stopped picking them up.
I've got a little bowl full of rocks that are magnetically attracted, and it's kind of fun. If you polish them up like this one's already kind of polishy, and you get like two or three of them in a magnet, they're kind of like fidget things. You can just like roll them
Hmm.
around on the magnet with each other, and it's kind of fun. But
Yeah,
those are
they
cool.
they made it impossible to go metal detecting out there.
Yes, yes.
I don't have a good enough metal detector to zero in on the signals and like reduce iron and only go for gold. I mean, mine says it does that, but it's not that good at it. It's still a pretty cheap one. It's like $120 one.
Yeah. Even if you have an expensive detector, you have to still know how to hear it and run it. And
Balance it and stuff. Yeah.
this is cool.
And
Mm,
hi, Jennifer. Missed
sip
that.
of coffee there.
Jackie, I believe it's just a 50-50 split only. She might be able to kick me off and go full screen, but
But
then I
then
might.
we don't get to hear Rufo's
Yeah.
commentary on what all this stuff is. So
So
you can,
that is
I
an
think,
unknown. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not sure in the live, but in if you watch this again later, I do believe that you can pinch zoom your screen on YouTube and zoom in on people's videos. So
Yeah.
if that's, I'm not sure if that works on live, but I know when you're watching the replay, you can zoom in. So, not that you're going to get a high quality picture out of my old Samsung phone here, but maybe. So this looks like some kind of a church.
Yeah, it says we're 1080 live right now. That's actually pretty good. A lot of times it'll cut me down to 720 live.
Uh-huh. Is it
Interesting.
a church, Rufo?
Well, that's the unknown thing. It is, I think, a limestone origin chert.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was given a box full of that stuff. A friend sent it to me from, I want to say, Georgia is where he found it.
Morning, Becca.
And it was just weird. And I cut some of it, and some of the pieces calved really, really well, and other ones just crumbled into pieces.
Uh-huh.
So it was just strange. He wasn't sure what it was, but there's all sorts of oolitic stuff out there and
Mm-hmm.
limestone,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just something he wanted me to find out what it was for him. And I said, I think chert, and I tested it, and it seemed like chert, and yeah.
Yeah, it actually looks really similar to a lot of the stuff I find out here.
Yeah, especially the porous textured pitted skin that you can see there is what made me think it's probably
Mm-hmm.
found in limestone. Um, he wasn't sure. It was just like all over in a farm field loosely, so he didn't know like what host it actually came from. Ooh, that's Herkimer,
That's Herc all the way up.
and that's in dolostone, which is a type of limestone.
That's beautiful.
And you can clean those drusies out too. I spent a lot of time cleaning so many of those. I couldn't clean them all before sending them out.
Right? Hit them with a little acid or something. Gosh, they're pretty.
The black doesn't always come out with iron out. So what you can do is do an iron out soak first, see what comes out. However, just know both iron out and vinegar will degrade the host rock
Mm-hmm.
because it is a limestone. It will break
Mm-hmm.
down really easy.
I kind
Um,
of like the black.
yeah, but sometimes the black comes out with the vinegar. And then like rusty stuff, I'll use iron out, and then if there's black stuff left in there, do a little vinegar soak.
Yeah, that's cool.
Some
That's
of it's
super cool.
organics. Sometimes some of it seems to be like hematite or what's the other one? The dendrites of manganese, like
Mm-hmm.
manganese dendrites. Jackie, I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, when I soaked some of my Herkimers in iron out, it totally broke up the matrix. It like made it a lot looser and ate away parts of it. I don't know what's in it. It's dolostone. It's not just limestone.
Is that a calcite? Or cool.
That is actually one of the beach quartz from New York. Um, those are the big ones. I cut some of them. Actually, I've got a whole batch in the tumbler right now. That's what I just stopped before we went live for the background
Mhm.
noise. But I've got a tumbler full of that stuff at the moment, and it's beautiful.
I bet. I bet. That honey color, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's I think
Ooh,
that one's a quartzite, not like a super solid quartz. It might be a kind of
pretty.
quartzite.
It
There's
is
also
really kind of, sorry. It is really kind of dark in here today. We're under a kind of a snowstorm, and so it's more than just cloudy outside. It is kind of dark, but actually over here in the dim light, it's stunning. It just sparkles. This is cool. Is it
so if we
is it Petwood? Sorry,
oh,
go ahead.
I wanted you to guess a couple times. Yeah, see what you thought it was. That's the root beer calcite,
Is it? That's cool.
and it's super UV reactive. I can grab a piece of that to show too. But I was going to answer spot and stuff.
Yeah.
Allison can play with the settings and see if she can make me a smaller window. But on the podcast, the way they actually do that is they don't do it through YouTube. They use another program. So if we
Yeah.
use something like OBS streaming or Streamlabs, StreamYard, any one of those streaming services, you can control the window sizes and stuff. But on YouTube Live, I don't know if it'll let her.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I'll go see if I can find a piece of that to show in the UV real quick.
Yeah, and I'll try to keep this hand still while I reach into the box and find what we're going to look at next. Whoopsie, I'm all over the place. It is a little wet and cool, even at 406. I'm a little less than impressed with the snow. I'm having to get the old snow boots out. Cool. Let's see. What else do we look at? Well, ooh, here's some more Herc stuff, so we can look at this while he's grabbing a piece of that calcite to look at. Put the little points in there.
Yeah, I have this whole little bin full of stuff I'm currently polishing and working on, and like
Ooh,
got
that's
some
pretty.
pieces of that and Gary Green and other stuff in here. Let's see. Boop. Oh, that's the Gary Green.
That's pretty though. Yeah, let's see that.
I do like the Gary Green. That stuff's beautiful. But this is the root beer. It's only shaped up. I haven't polished it yet. It's super soft because it's a calcite. But let me grab the black light.
What do you want me to do, Spot? Hi,
Super
Rockin'.
colorful.
It's that's beautiful. Oh, blue in there. Am I seeing blue in there? That's cool. Or is it popping through?
I think the camera. No, it looks a little blue in person, just a touch. I think that might be the UV bouncing around in some of the clear stuff. Actually, that might just be some of the UV light bouncing back out of the clear parts. I don't know. It is calcite, so there's a chance it could be a blue glow. There are some blue calcites.
Send me some sunlight. What happens if I bring my side light in from the outside? Does that help, guys? Let's see. Let's see if we got any more light here.
They're just asking if you can make my window smaller. That's what they were talking about. Wondering if like it minimizes me to a smaller screen, but that's only something you can do with the other programs, I'm pretty sure.
Is this a
YouTube Live together, like we're doing right now, is still a beta thing, and they're adding features and testing out features. And as creators, we can all message them and do their little surveys and ask them to add features like that, and they do actually listen. And like 3 things that I've asked for in the last 2 years have become actual things on here. So I feel like they listen to us.
I do too, and I do partake in their surveys as well, and I give them honest feedback, even if it's a little bit brutal.
Yeah, that
it looks
is some
like
of the
coral.
Yeah, so that was some of the unknown stuff. That is from Georgia again, and it's from some limestone area he found, and we're pretty sure there's oolitic stuff and coral stuff like all mixed together, and he's just got chunks of it laying all around this farm.
That's interesting.
That was a little bit we slabbed up.
I'm gonna have to look at that with the Optivisor.
Yeah, I haven't actually ID'd it yet to see if it's really coral, but I've got some chunks still sitting here I keep meaning to play with.
Again, looks kind of similar to some of the stuff I find out here. So,
and that's why I sent it to you.
Stuff. Way to go, Jackie. That should pretty much describe it, I think. Ancient floor stuff, seafloor stuff.
Yep, ancient floor stuffs.
Looks like this might also be some ancient seafloor stuff.
But I was, from watching all your videos and the stuff you sent me, I was trying to send super similar things so we could compare.
Yeah, compare. Yeah, these are great comparisons because they really are very similar to a lot of this curiosities that I find out here as well.
The UV in some of them is okay. Little bits of greens. I don't know if I have a piece handy. I think I've got that all boxed up somewhere. Yeah.
And then some, what are these? These look like they're the same stuff.
Ooh, that stuff. So that's some of the chert. That's some of the like weird flowy banded limestone chert.
That's pretty, isn't it?
That stuff actually polishes pretty nice.
I bet it does.
I don't know if I sent you one of the oolitic pieces or not. I just had it out yesterday showing someone.
There actually might be a piece down that, or it's a dino bone. Something spotty in the bottom of this box over here.
Yeah, that might be it.
Those are cool. And I just cut some rocks that look kind of similar to that.
So
this one's interesting. Really? So this is what the outside of this rock looks like. This is what the inside of this rock looks like. Oh, I wish you guys could see this red color. Let me try to see if I can put some light on. Let's see.
Yeah, so I think I sent you a piece of this, I hope.
Negative. It says no. Not doing that. Can't turn the flashlight. Oh, I don't want a flashlight. I just want a flash.
Actually
Right.
takes a nice polish. Look at the light. You can see the LEDs in that, really nice.
Ooh, yeah, you can. Wow, that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, this is the stuff we're not really sure what's going on, but it's like brecciated. It's got these perfect little spheres throughout it.
Trying to get that red to pop. Not
Got
happening.
these wild layers and colors. Takes a great polish. That's the saw cut side. That's what the raw side looks like. Yeah, this stuff's wild.
Wow.
Can't believe how nice of a polish it takes
I know.
too.
We're just looking at a white screen on my end because I'm just like gaping over here. What?
The only thing that doesn't polish is the
Mhm.
sandstone, muddy clay stuff in there.
But that's almost kind of cool that it's there because it gives it a little texture where there isn't that texture up at top and it's still so brecciated or brecciated, however you want to pronounce it. That's cool.
Right,
Holy cow,
yes.
that's
So
cool.
that's from that same location as all those pieces. And I thought I sent you a piece. Hopefully there's one in there.
Yeah, there's still so much to look at in here. Like, let's just see about it. Here's some more of the gray shirt looking stuff. At least I think it is. Kind of some of the same stuff.
Patrick suggests a darker background.
I could do that.
Yeah, you've got these same lights as me. You just need to figure out how to plug them in.
Yeah, and then where to put them.
Jackie, I want to say it was from Georgia or a nearby state. It was a friend I haven't talked to in a little while had sent me some specimens from down there. That one, I believe was actually, even though it looks just like the others, that one was from Utah. And so that's like some of the comparable stuff from Utah I was finding.
I believe it probably is a little different,
That one's
even
some
though,
of the
like you
Georgia
said,
stuff.
looks like the other stuff. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Even though like you said, it looks like the other stuff, it is just a little different. And it's got that really fine micro druzy, and I doubt that we'll be able. Yep, you do see
Yep.
some of it
I
through
just saw
there.
some. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so I
The,
was finding a bunch of chert and opal, and lots of it had this like micro druzy on it. Oh,
mm-hmm.
so beautiful. No big
Yeah, all
druzy,
my
but
stuff will do that too. So that's cool. These are interesting too.
oh, nice, Patrick. Yeah, the darker background does help a ton.
It did, didn't it?
That's yeah, that exposure. It was overexposed with too much bright color. Good tip. Thanks, Patrick.
So we were all thinking I didn't have enough light, and here I had too much light. Well, and then compared to, like I say, it is kind of dark in here today. So compared to my dark house, it probably was washing it out a little. I bet I
that
know what's
piece
missing. Go
that
ahead.
piece you just showed was one that made me really think that stuff was coral. It was one of the first ones I saw too. I was like, okay, this has got to be coral, right? Or is it a weird limestone? Like, because the
Right.
other
And then
side,
again, all that micro druzy in there, it does make you wonder coral, right?
yeah. Or is it actually just a limestone that precipitated stuff into the pores? I don't know.
I don't either.
I need a microscope is what I need. It's on my list of things that I need is a good microscope to really see
I
tiny,
have
tiny.
a I have a small one, a little USB one.
I do too, but those don't work well
It
enough to.
isn't,
I'm talking about like
no,
seeing cellular level stuff. I want to see
right?
like water bears and crystal
Yes,
structure.
yes, yes. Mm.
That, oh man, that is a beaut. Um, Trying to remember the location. I got that one. I want to say it was Central Utah. Hi, Rebecca. Becca here.
It is really cool.
Look at the color right in there where it broke
Yeah,
off. You can see the color
right.
is going to change. So some of the pieces of that I found on the inside get that blue green, just like Gary Green Jasper.
And
And
then
so,
there's this little spot here, and then there was another one over here where it's got some druzy in it. I can't see around my phone right now. Let's see. Sorry, spinning it quick because I'm looking. Yeah, right there. And on the other side, maybe. So maybe it runs all the way through even the druzy
yeah,
from this side to this side.
I sent you that one before you even knew you were getting a saw, I think,
I
but that'll
know,
be
and it's
perfect in your
perfect.
saw.
Exactly what I was just thinking. It's gonna be beautiful too. I'll let you guys know how this turns out.
I hope it has the blue green inside because the pieces we cut with the blue green were just, it was something else. It made me think, um, not quite chrysocolla, or it was almost like a turquoisey, like the really dark, forget what type of turquoise it is, but it's like that really dark blue green. More like Gary Green Jasper. But yeah, it was wild.
You know, it might have some in there. And if not, I'll still be delighted to stick it through the saw. I'll
Yeah,
still
some
be
good
happy about it.
good napping material too. It naps a lot like flint when I was playing with some.
Really?
Probably not as sharp as flint, but could shape it up by breaking it. So that um, is from the New Jersey mine, I believe. That might be a huge chunk of the fluorescent stuff.
It looks like it might fluoresce. Has it got some um words? The red. The red, it almost looks like the stuff I get in the schist. Garnet. Schist.
Hmm. Nope.
That's
You know what that
interesting.
is?
Is it? No.
That's bingamite.
Ew.
That's red bingamite. Took me a second to see it, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's a piece of red bingamite.
I bet you're right. That's cool.
Yeah, I traded a bunch of my Herkimers for a whole box of that stuff. I got like 20 pounds of the bingamite for a box of Herkimers I sent out.
And then I get a 2-for-1 here because this one broke. What is that?
That's the one. That's this
Yeah.
crazy polished one.
See, and I thought maybe because
That's
there
the
was
top.
something spotty in there. That's
So
cool.
the bottom layers get all this weird brecciated stuff, and then it gets more like this, and then the top layer that's up here was that stuff. But it was like literally just the top was only the weird spotted, and I'm not sure if they're oolites. So I
Oh,
think
for
they're
sure. I mean,
think
that's
of
the
it like,
definition of oolithic, isn't it?
yeah, so it's like layers of a seabed, and these are all the different layers that fossilized in different years, different seasons or something, different flows of material. And then you can see up here, look, it starts to get the little tiny dots, and then as it got higher and higher, there was a thick loose layer that broke apart, but up top was all that stuff.
Wow, that is fascinating. Oh
Look,
no, I
oh
see
look,
some
we actually got
chat.
a good view there too of some of it.
Right on both screens, even though mine's a little dark still. That is just too wild. Oh my goodness.
I can't zoom out now. There we go.
What the heck? That's cool.
Yeah, I'm
Super.
not positive if it's something organic in nature or if it's just, silica beads. It could be
Right?
natural silica beads or they could be little organisms.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Why did my tablet shut down over here? I wonder if it needs just a second.
Pectolith, no. Polky dots.
It is like polka dots.
Angie said polky dots with an L. They're polky dots. Maybe that is the word. I don't know, Jackie. I'm not sure. Pectolith. I guess I've got a computer. Let's look it up.
That's
Pectolith.
really cool stuff.
Oh, I know what pectolite is. It auto-corrected to pectolite. Larimar pectolith. Pectolith Larimar. Is that people misspelling it? I'm confused. Huh. Looks like when I look up pectolith, it comes up with pectolites and Larimar as a pectolith. I know what oolites are.
To see both sides of that.
Hobo said frog eggs.
How are you, Hobo?
Like fisheye agate. So that's some dolomite crystals from Herkimer.
It's really interesting, the texture in this one.
If you get brave and you don't want to keep, so those are all cubes of dolomite. If you get brave and you don't want to keep the dolomite specimen, you can break the rock open and look for Herkimers in it. But I thought it was a pretty cool dolomite specimen.
It really is.
Oh, it looks like there's some on the left under the dirt there.
So toothy.
On the left corner there is there. Oh yeah, I could clean that dirt up. Looks like there's a whole layer of it under some of that gunk.
Oh, you're right. I see it down there in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the dolomite.
Check this site out, guys.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, dolomite's cool.
That is super cool.
But be careful, don't dissolve it on accident in any acids.
Up here too. That's cool.
I needed some coffee, sorry.
No, I'm in the same boat. I've just about got this one drank. It's just about room temperature.
Now, see, I drink iced coffee, so mine's like instantly ready. So the piece, I was trying to hunt some iris agate, and it was close. It's got some like type of parallax banding there.
That's funny as you whip out an agate.
Oh yeah, what's that one? Let's see. Is that Graveyard Point? Yes, indeed. That is Graveyard Point plume agate from Oregon that I dug up almost 3 years ago.
That's cool.
That was from a private claim that my rock club owned.
See the point in there.
If you find a pink piece in there, I don't remember if I sent you one of the pink pieces or not, because I only had a few ever, because they were much more rare at that time. They were from the next door claim that some friends had called the Pink Lady Plume claim. And the Pink Lady Plume stuff was beautiful. Shortly after I moved out of Idaho, though, and off to New York, they opened up a whole new vein and found a ton of the pink stuff. They got tractors out there and they were digging with big excavators and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
So, last I heard, they have tons of pink now, but back when I had a piece, it was like hard to get it and you had to pay twice as much as the other ones.
Those are nice pieces. Those are cool.
Yeah,
I like
love
the
that
little bots in this one. We got to go back and appreciate the bots real quick.
Oh, and I wish you had your black light. Okay, now I have to go find a piece because that stuff is otherworldly in the black light.
Very cool. Let's see if I can get this fired up too.
Okay, so here's a couple of my pieces of it. Kind of some variations. This one looks like coral.
Yeah, it does. That's beautiful. Look at all that.
Got some fingerprints on it, but yeah, like coral plumes. There's some yellow stuff out there. This one broke while I was cabbing it. It had a lot of natural fractures.
Mm-hmm.
And then the plumes in this stuff is just wild colors.
Gosh.
But now I got to show you in the UV because that's the exciting part. This piece I'm drilling for a secret project. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Mm-hmm. That's exciting. Oh, yeah. That is amazing. It just looks like a different planet, like out of this worldly. Wow. Yeah, I could see right there around where there were some bots. Look at that. That is amazing.
Yeah, some little
Sorry, guys.
druzy bots right there.
Oh man.
Yeah, I love this stuff. So
I
this
get
one
to
doesn't.
look and no one gets to look up my nose. That's not hardly fair.
What's really cool is there's some stuff you can't even see. Like that just looks like a little white cloud. And then when you get the light on it, little hidden banding shows up.
Too
Yeah.
cool.
Boop. A light switch cover. No.
I probably will do that, Angie. I probably
I don't
will
think
work
anyone
on
guessed
that.
what it's for. And if they did, I probably wouldn't say it. But
And if they did, I wouldn't say they would. I wouldn't admit it anyway.
I will honestly say it's not for light switch cover.
All right, I'm opening little baggies of stuff here. We're not little baggies, but big bags. This also looks like some of the stuff that I find here, and it almost looks like there could be a critter in there.
Trying to remember where that piece is from.
It's coming out of a Ziploc baggie. Here's another piece with it. I bet you that this is probably...
There was nothing written on that baggie.
Nope. Here, let me grab a handful. See if that helps. Yeah.
Oh, I think a lot of that is from the most boring place I found in New York on Long Island, but it was like the only place with any interesting rocks. And there was a few actually coming out. It was one of the only places that wasn't beach tumbled rocks because most of Long Island is actually glacial tumble, glacial till. So when the last ice age happened and the ice sheets scraped over Canada and the upper states like New Hampshire and Maine and all that, it scraped off and then down over Connecticut and dropped off all the sediments. When the glaciers receded and melted back, all that topsoil and stuff they tumbled and scraped became Long Island. So Long Island is just a big sandbar of tumbled stones mostly. But I found one area where there is like some bedrock exposure, and then the tumbled stuff meets up to it, and there's like just a weird mix of all sorts of things.
Boy, you're not joking. These are interesting.
But I didn't know what like any of them were.
Right? Mixes of things, unidentifiable stuff. And aren't you guys glad that you tuned in today and you got that little geology lesson from Rufo just now? I thought that was fascinating. Oh, and some of this stuff is absolutely going to get hit with UV.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff that I added was some of that looks really boring is probably because it popped in the UV. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, it'll tumble too.
Yeah, and that. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, this is interesting. See, I find some stuff that looks like this sometimes. And sometimes these little inclusions are, in fact, like little crinoid pieces.
Yeah,
So then we would call that like crinoidal limestone because it's so full of crinoids.
that one, if I'm not mistaken, if you get it a little wet and look, some of the quartz is kind of blue. It's got like little tiny, tiny specks of
Like right there.
blue quartz. Yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on in that or if it's even quartz, but it was like speckled with tiny, itty bitty crystals, and some of them were weird colors.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that we're gonna have a real close look at.
Yeah, I thought I haven't tried cabbing any yet, but I thought if those colors pop nicely when it's wet, maybe slicing it and cabbing it, it would look kind of cool. Might look kind of boring,
Absolutely.
but
I'm
some
kind
people
of
like
into
earth.
those. Yeah, I kind of like to do those like more boring, I like making jewelry out of some of that stuff. Check this freak out, you guys.
Oh yeah, so that's what was setting off my metal detector like crazy on the beach.
No,
I
really?
I was going on the beach doing some hounding, looking for like lost jewelry or what have you, pirate coins, some old doubloons, whatever. Um, and my detector just kept going off absolutely everywhere. And I started looking a lot closer, and there was just that stuff coating all these rocks for like a quarter mile on the beach. It was just coated in ironstone gunk, like just rusty crust all over everything. And I have no clue why or what.
Wow, that's interesting.
Hi, Cynthia.
And Hobo's saying stromatolite silicone byproducts. I'm not sure if I even read those words right
You
because
did read them right,
I'm
but
not even sure what that means. I
well,
mean,
stromatolites are the
stromatolite and
oldest.
byproducts, but
Yeah, stromatolites are like our oldest thing on Earth. They're like between 1 and 2 billion years old. They're the oldest fossils of complex, non-single-celled organisms that we have. Or no, they are the first single-celled complex organism. Single-celled? Yeah. Anyway, something like that. They're the first complex life.
that's an interesting little piece. Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, those feldspars are all over the beach, and there's a few of them that when you actually polish them up, they get nice little flashes and sparkles. But
Yeah, I actually just picked one up kind of like that. Let me see. Because I ran one through my tumbler and it turned out gorgeous. So here's one that I picked up that's kind of similar.
yeah, sometimes they tumble really nice. Sometimes they're way too pitted to get into it. But oh, I wish I need to go buy stuff. I need to go buy a bucket and a colander so that I can strain and clean my tumbled rocks here because I just realized I got my tumbler going at my new place. I have absolutely nowhere to clean my rocks.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to get a bucket. Actually, I've got a couple buckets, but I'll need to go get like a dollar store colander and stuff to
Yep.
rinse
Yep.
them out.
Absolutely. Rinse them into a bucket and go dump it down the street.
Oh yes, Jackie did point out it's silicon, not silicone.
Yeah, I was miffed by that part was the part not making sense to me. I was like, I don't understand how that would work. Yeah, some of this stuff is super interesting.
That I believe is some amygdaloidal basalt.
I think you're right. We should cut that open and see if there's anything inside of it.
Um, gosh, I don't know where the box is at the moment, but those have very blue agates in them. And if you go to one of my oldest videos, that's It's titled Oregon Mushroom Hunting and Rock Hounding. I think it's like 2 or 3
Mhm.
years old. We went and spent a day going through the forest looking at mushrooms, and then we went to this beach called Secret Beach and found a bunch of that basalt, and it was full of blue little chalcedony nodules, and some of them were just so insanely deep blue. It was unreal. It looked like someone dyed them.
Right? Let's see. There's a pretty feldspar. He's even got some, oh,
Mica.
yeah, mixed in him. Some of those that we find here get like tabular mica
Mhm.
pieces in them. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, you'll get books of it here,
Mhm.
there in New York. I found some, like, big, thick books, and you can peel off, like, 1,000 layers of it.
That one's pushing Jasper.
That one looks like Utah from our property. Yeah, that's from the same place as the meteor wrongs.
I'm gonna put it over there then. They're
Some stuff got
asking, what are these? Now, if I found these on the prairie, I would think that they were deer droppings or maybe some bunny droppings. Rufo, what are those? Do you know?
Oh, coprolites. That's
What?
fossil poop.
What?
Fossilized deer-like animal poop.
No
There was
way.
old deer and rabbit-like things all in this area of Utah, and they find it's just, like, littered on the ground. There are tens of millions of those on our property everywhere.
No way. Oh my
Fossil
gosh,
poops.
those might be my favorite thing so far. Aside from the Ulithic rock, that one's kind of still blowing my mind too, but those are awesome. They do though, they look just like turds. I love that.
At first, I was actually worried that they weren't fossilized when I started finding a bunch, and so we
No
tested it. I
kidding,
actually
huh?
cut a couple, and there's a couple I cut, you can see the layers of, like, how it was seemed to be drying
All the
almost
grass
conclusion-like, but
and
not, but you could
stuff.
see, small grass, plant matter type stuff in the cut fossil poop.
That's awesome.
Cocoa Puffs, put those in your cereal and eat them.
Do not put those in your cereal and eat them.
Hey, Al.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's cool. That's got some pyrite in it.
I saw Jackie, yeah, sorry, I was trying not to cut over all that. Patrick found the word she was looking for, the pisolite, or, yeah,
Pis-
piso
Piscolite?
pisolite?
Is that how piscolite? Let's all try to pronounce that. Piscolite. Okay. Yeah, that was fun. And there's a bunch more. I kind of like this little guy up in front here.
Yeah, that's just a lot of the random beach stuff. I have a bucket full of that stuff, and when your box was, like when I picked out things to put in your box and I still had space, I just started grabbing handfuls
Yeah.
of my beach stuff and threw in the box.
Well, and again, some of this stuff I got to come back and hit with the UV and look out with the optivisor because there is some stuff happening in some of these that, like you say, you just about need a microscope for in order to see.
In fact, that biggest round one on the screen
Let's see this
might be
one.
one of them. That yeah, it might be one of them when you get wet, it almost looks like, um oh my gosh, not porphyry, but it's those crystals that grow as the rock is cooling. It almost looked like a granite, like, on that other side, there's
Yeah.
some longer crystals,
Yeah.
and I don't remember if that's the one. There's one when you get wet, it almost, like, pops out and suddenly you can see when it's wet. It might be that one, I don't know. I just pick up so much random stuff on the beach when I was living out there, because there wasn't much exciting on Long Island. Oh, no, maybe that's not it then. No, maybe that's not what I was thinking of. Yeah, Jackie, probably feldspar. Most of what's on the beach there is schist, feldspar, and quartz. At least that's what survived all the glacial tumbling. Did find lots of big chunks of schist. Not most of it didn't ever have garnets though. The garnet ones were super rare.
There's a little tiny guy, but he's kind of cool.
That. What is that? I feel like if I put a tiny piece of juice, it either broke off something or.
Yeah, it may have, but it's kind of a cool little piece. This one's weird. And trust me, I know weird.
Get that one wet and look from the
Yeah, I think I
side.
should because
That side right there. Does it
there's
have a little
some stuff
banding?
happening. Yeah, I don't know. It feels different.
The thing is, most of that stuff that I pick up when it's wet, take it home
Uh-huh.
and then it dries out and you don't really look at it again. You're like, what is this? I don't remember this piece.
How come I picked that up even? Yeah. Okay, let me get my other hand out of the way so it can focus better. We may
Yeah, I
still
think that
be
was just something in my
undetermined.
random to be tumbled box. I mean, I got a couple of them here. I got some others that are still just full of that
It might
stuff.
should be. That's interesting.
Am I zoomed in? I am zoomed in. Like, oh, hey, that one's got a big old crinoid. Look at the star on there. Ooh, and there's a trilobite there. That one's really cool.
Wow.
Big old death plate.
Oh man,
This isn't
go
the
back.
right
I want to see
box.
that again real quick. Sorry. Look at the big crinoids down on the bottom. Those are
Yeah,
huge.
yeah,
Oh
it's massive.
man,
That's almost the size of a dime right there.
that's amazing. I mean, trilobites are way cool too, but holy cow, you guys see the size of those crinoids down on the bottom there?
Yeah, this one was actually a gift. This one was given to me
Wow,
by, oh my gosh, maybe Tyler?
that's
No,
cool.
wait. Oh my gosh, I don't remember at the moment actually. This is not the box of tumbling stuff. Oh, this is the box of the stuff I was sending you. This is the limestones and chert slabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I lose track of stuff. I've got all sorts of these little boxes and so here's my rock bins, rock bins, rock bins. Over here, more rock bins, rock bins, rock bins. That's all full of rocks, 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 rocks. Tumbler. My tumbler is in there to soundproof it. Oh, hey, up here, more rocks, rocks. Broken flat lap, more rocks, more rocks. And there's more rocks out here. This is full of rocks. Aragonite clusters. This is full of crystals. There's bins of rocks back there. My topaz. Oh yeah, look, I got all these topaz put in the window boxes. I got 60 of them.
That's nice. That's nice, man. Those boxes are so nice. Those little Riker boxes. Yeah, those turned out nice.
Got to keep them out of the sun. Topaz is very sensitive to the sunlight, so I keep them put away. Oh.
I did not know that. Are they really?
Yeah, so let me actually show you. This is all the topaz I've been breaking up. Okay, so for a fun little comparison, let me show y'all. So here we've got two topazes. This is one I freed fresh from the rock, and it's got the really desired champagne color, unique to the Utah topaz. So there's a fresh one busted out of the rock, and it was encased in this calcite-like material, which was super rare. There was almost none of this found at the mine. The guy said he almost never sees this stuff, and some of it glows super green in the UV, and he said he believes it's a uranium ore trapped within there.
I've heard that.
It hardly triggers my Geiger, though.
It does not?
No, almost not at all. It does a little bit, but not much. Now here is a piece that sat out in the sun for a few weeks. Completely clear.
Oh, what a bummer. I mean, it's got a little phantom of peach to it, but boy, barely.
It's still, I mean, it's perfectly faceted. It's a really nice piece. It's really big. Comes all the way down into there. And there's, look, one down under there that wasn't exposed to the sun that still has its color.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
And
It
then
is
all the
kind of that
little,
champagne color.
yeah, lots of the little druzy in there too. But yeah, that's what happens. They say they've tested it out there. So this was all from the pay to dig mine, where you go, you pay a fee, and you get a dig, but you get to keep everything you find. Just like the Herkimer ones, they don't have a limit. You get to keep everything you find, and it's awesome. Their lowest package starts at like $60 for a half day dig, but we found a lot of good stuff. But they told us they did some little experiments, and they put some out to see just how long it would take. They got some fresh from the rock. They did a blasting, got some from deep, deep in the rock, had never had UV exposure. They put it out, and after about 3.5 weeks of daily sunlight, it was 100% clear. So do not leave those in your window. Do not leave them out in your house where they will get direct sunlight. They'll fade. Even in indirect sunlight, after a couple of years, they're just going to fade in your house from the scattered sunlight unless you keep them put away.
Andrew says it's still beautiful even if it's clear.
Yep,
I
I
agree,
agree.
but like he said, that those other colors are what's so sought after. And if you have a beautiful, peach colored stone and then you go back three weeks later and it's clear, what a heartbreaker.
Now, here's the fun part, and the really fun part, which Patrick just touched on a little bit. Not all topaz does this. It does depend on the color, but what's really exciting is because of the different things
Wow.
that cause the different colors, they've tried different treatment methods to see what can be done to preserve or even enhance the colors. And there's a
Sure.
new secret method that just came out for these specific topaz only, and they now call them the fire of the desert, or desert fire topaz, or something. I'll show it in my video that's coming out on my Topaz dig in about a week or two. But basically, totally secret process. They won't tell us what type of irradiation they do, but all we know is they irradiate the crystal, microwave it or something with irradiation, and it enhances the color a little bit darker of that champagne color, and it makes it UV resistant. And it can actually sit out for years without losing its color. So that's pretty exciting and really cool. And from what he told me, that the crystal can actually lose a whole bunch of its color and seem clear. They can treat it with this irradiation, and it goes back to the champagne color.
Nice. Nice.
Wild, so wild.
That is wild. I'm going to leave those set right there for just a second. I'm going to go take a quick bio break, and then there's actually some really pretty agates, and there's a druzy geode we get to look at in this other bag still. So we're not quite done. I just need to take a couple seconds. I'll be right back. I'm going to let you guys look at some of these charts and probably limestone looking things that we've got off the top of this bag.
Let's see, I can show some things here. Play
Sure.
with some
I'll be
rocks.
right back, guys.
Oh, hey, look. Now we can get the fun little infinite loop. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. So I've got a few things here I was working on. I'm making my own sphere stands, and took some core drilled pieces and started to polish the sides and stuff. And then what I'm going to do is drill out a cavity, like a little concave bowl shape in the top of it. And that way a sphere can just rest right on it. Be a natural stone sphere stand. So making a few of those, which should be fun. And this was just some agatized pet wood I was playing with. So it was this one, I think. They need a good polish. I was just using these to break in Gene's new wheels. You can see the wobble on it. See that really bad wobble right there? And there's a gouge in it. Jackie, I didn't really want to spoil it, but that's exactly another thing I'm going to be doing with some of these I have, is I'm going to start using 2 core drills of different sizes. And first I'm going to drill out the middle hole, drill that out, and then drill out the bigger hole, and then have like long tubes like that, and then just slice them up to have a bunch of rings. I don't know. That's something I was thinking of trying. I've seen others do it, and then polish them with a Dremel. Here's some dendritic opal. Nice little dendritic opal bits. Sorry, I'm trying to always, as always, read the chat as I'm showing things. It's so hard. This needs some water, but this is Utah Crazy Lace. Actually, let me get this wet. I was just shaping it up. I'll get it wet and show you real quick.
I didn't say good morning to Carol. Hey, Carol.
Okay, here's, look at that.
Oh, cow. What is this material? I'm sorry, I missed it.
This is from Utah. This is Utah Crazy Lace.
No kidding.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness, it almost looks like fire agate.
Yeah, it actually does get confused for Mexican Crazy Lace.
Wow.
Not a lot of people even know there's Utah Crazy Lace.
No kidding.
It's super rare, and it's only been found in one spot by a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
And it's BLM land, so you can only take like 25 pounds a year legally.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much out. There's now that I've spoiled it and said it, y'all can just know. There's 17 of you here. Go look up Utah Crazy Lace on YouTube, and there's another channel that was just out there like 2 months ago, and he found some. And I confirmed with him that it's from this same location we got this. And I was like, "Oh, you found Gene's secret spot." Little piece of fire agate.
Look at some of the color and some of that stuff. Oh, I love bots.
Yeah, I did a little side polish on this one.
That's cool. Make a cute little cab.
I thought I would try and make a pendant with it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopsies. It's really sturdy at least, but
I do that if I can. If I can play on some of the natural features in a rock like that, I will.
yeah, I thought about making it into a pendant like that. I don't know.
Yep. It's
I need
always
to polish.
tricky. Yeah, it's always tricky. Where do you stop and start?
Yeah, this was really gross looking up here, so I carved it down a little bit, but just need to polish that part, and then I think it could actually be a nice pendant.
Carol, just FYI, you are right on track today. And I bet that this is some kind of a calcite, a banded calcite. Probably is really cool under the UV.
Some dino bone here.
Ooh, those are pretty.
Make a little pendant out of that, a teardrop or something.
Like
The bots, Angie. Graveyard Point or Beacon Hill. It's Oregon. I know that. I found it in Oregon many years ago. It's in one of my old videos, but I just don't remember if it was Beacon Hill or Graveyard Point.
That's beautiful. I love that.
That looks like some of the stuff in Utah that we were finding that we found all three seem to be mixed together: chert, jasper, and agate in single pieces. When you slice them, it seriously seems to have like all three types in it.
It reminds me of the rock I made my cutting board after. These are cool.
So Jackie, yes. So there's different places in Beacon Hill, and one of the claims we went has mostly nodules, which I've sold and shown many of the nodules before that I had, like big, nice blue nodules. But that's also where this came from. Hold on.
That's a beautiful little agate.
We, at the club I was in, had a private claim. Rather, one of our members had a private claim of his own that he allowed members to come to with him. And this beauty came from his claim, where there's lots of botryoidal stuff, not just the nodules. Let's get my light over here. So this weird cauliflower botryoidal, and it's got a little bit of lace in there too, or little banding right under the bots. But this came from Beacon Hill on a private claim. So did the really big blue geode that I recently gave Tyler, or sold Tyler. My big blue geode is now Tyler's big blue geode. But yeah, this stuff was wild. Never seen that color of botryoidal agate before.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's my mustard sulfur. I don't know what to call it.
Amazing. Amazing isn't even, I don't even think that's, holy cow. And we've got, I don't know even how to say this dude's name. Jesu? He's asking if we're having a rock face off.
JJ. We'll just say JJ.
Yeah, I like that. JJ, we did a package exchange. Holy cow. And we noticed that a lot of the rocks that are in Utah look really similar to some of the rocks that are in Montana. And so it was kind of a side mission. I mean, of course, we wanted to give each other some interesting things, but on a side mission to compare some of these rocks hand in hand, side by side with each other, and see what kind of similarities and differences there were in these.
So I opened a box from her like 2 months ago on camera, and then sent her this box, and we had to wait for times to match up so she could open this one while I was here. That's all from our property in Utah. I recognize those agates 100%. That one right by your thumb, that one you touch with your thumb,
this one.
It looks to be coral with banding on it. I'm not sure, but if you look around, there's one side.
And then it's funny, this one
of them had banding.
When Greg D was up here, he picked up one of these out here, looked very similar to this, and was like, you got to put this in your tumbler. But yeah, look, these look just like my rocks. Ooh, yeah, look at this one.
If I'm not mistaken, JJ is a new member we have on Discord. I believe it's Lamb. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Lamb, right?
Focus. Every time it just about gets there, it quits.
Look at that little micro banding and that little carnelian baby. It's more like a caramel baby, not even carnelian.
Let me get everything out of the background. There we go.
I call those my salted caramel agates.
We find some of this stuff too. I love that. That's so cool.
Maybe. Yeah, so that's Lamb. He's someone who just joined our Discord the other day. I remember because he commented on Tyler's video, and Tyler's like, who's this person?
A little handful more here. Ooh, look at this one up here. Ooh, and the purple up here. Okay,
that shirt. Yeah.
I'm gonna drop them and then we can look at them a little closer.
That's the good material. Now you got to the good material. That beach stuff from New York, I'm like, pshaw, I don't even know why I sent it.
Yeah, but we had to look at it, and I'm excited to go through some of that.
We joked that was an egg. That one you just put down, we joked that was a petrified egg yolk.
I love that it does. It looks like the frying pan egg. The yolk. Let's see. There were a couple here that were.
Those have a surprising amount of color when you cut into them.
See, and I find some of these that are this color on the outside, and they're just white through the inside. They're so disappointing.
Some of them I cut were white. Some of them were like blue.
And so I'm excited to see if I can find some that are like blue color. That'd be cool. Let's see. Did we look at this one? I don't think we did. And I was pretty excited about it. Yeah, the blue-green color. You can kind of see that it wants to be in there.
Yeah.
With the red banding. Yeah, I wonder, are these agates? Are they... Oh, the focus.
Yeah, when I tested them, they seem to be chalcedony. They match. Most of them seem to be mostly chalcedony. There's a few, like I said, that you can see clearly a jasper chert stuff on it. But those ones mostly I think are chalcedony. That The white stuff, the crusty, weird skin on it is, I believe, just
That's a lichen
calcium
maybe, but
carbonate and algae lichen. Some of them get lichen, some of them have a calcium carbonate buildup on them. That's like a white powder you can clean off. If that was lichen, that'll be like orange red in the UV.
yeah, glow. And even phosphorus. A lot of our lichens with phosphorus.
Yep. Yeah, it threw me
Here's
off when I went out UV hunting in the desert, and I went out there with my black light. I was like, oh my gosh, there's stuff glowing everywhere, and I turned off, like, as I moved my light around, it almost seemed to like leave a phosphorescent trail behind in some spots, and then I realized it was just
wow.
tons of lichen.
So fun. Whoops, dropped that one.
Right, Jackie? Oh, bottom right. Look at that color in that one.
The one that just fell, or
No, the bottom right.
this one?
Yeah, that's got some nice colors in it.
It does. Little bandings and stuff. So does that one. This one looks meteor wrongish. No, he's agate-y.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some black and red
Ooh.
agates out there that actually, we found a couple carnelians, and when some were polished and you put the light through some, they are just red, like blood red
Yeah.
in the light. I don't know
This
if I
one looks like
sent you any
meteor
because
wrong.
I didn't have very many of the red ones, and I kind of hoard those.
Yep. I always hoard my stuff until I find something as nice or better. Look at that, you guys. Hey, come on, focus.
I wonder if Carol's lagging behind a little bit. She's making some comments about things we were talking about like 2-3 minutes ago a couple times.
She was behind last time. That's why she was asking when she got here if she was on time, and I thought she was pretty close. Maybe just a minute behind, but not too bad this time. That's beautiful. I like that piece.
Carol, for
This
your
one too.
benefit, I'm saying lag test.
And dropping it in the
sorry.
chat. Look at Rufo.
Okay, I'm about to hit Carol lag test text in the chat in 3, 2, 1, now. So I just hit that. Depending on when you see that, you'll see it right now in the chat, but when you hear me say this, you'll know how far lagging you may or may not be. And anyone can actually use that. Lag test for everyone.
And there's a few more. Yeah, it actually, good. Okay, so she's right there. Does she hear it?
Cool. Ooh, I'm looking on the other screen. Yeah, that one with the lichen on it. Oh, I could see the light glowing through it.
Look at how blue that one is. Hey, son, will you turn that down? If they actually accidentally hear that on my live, they'll peg me. Sweetie, thank you. Here is a big chunk of agate. Now we're going to get in. I think I only have 3 or 4 more big rocks here.
That's from possibly Travis. Possibly.
Oh, is it? It looks like it's hard as Montana agate.
It is Montana agate. I'm just trying to remember. That one's either from Travis or from Katie Did Rocks. I got some from both of them.
Right on. Yeah, that's got Yellowstone written all over it for sure.
Yep, that is off the Yellowstone. Cool. And look at that banding in there.
Yeah. I want to, let's see, look at the light coming through the top of that.
I have a cab off of that right here.
That's a good one.
No, I thought maybe I had a cab of that handy, but I don't think I do.
That's cool. That's a pretty agate. Yes. Oh man, you guys, my light box is not doing it justice. The orange, brown, red colored bands in that are just stunning. Now, what is this? This almost looks like graveyard as well, but not.
That one.
I mean,
Um,
it's in a Utah bag here, or mostly Utah bag.
yeah, that actually might be the more of the Graveyard Point.
It looks like graveyard, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. That was some of the clear Graveyard Point. Yep, it is. Oh, I can definitely tell from the bottom right there.
From the rind,
The
yeah.
rind, and that's what actually causes the plumes. That rind is growing up, and if you look at the into the clear stuff, you can see where the rind seems to be like the plumes grow up out of it. The agate.
Really? I'm trying to push it up towards the light, but then you guys can't see it. I see what you mean. That's cool.
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff dropping in, huh? Good morning. Or afternoon. It's afternoon now here.
Yeah,
And then this one's kind of different.
11:30 here. That's crinoids. Do you see?
And they're green?
Do you see the crinoids in it?
No, I do. I see a round, like, head on one here, side angle here.
Yep.
They're green? What?
That is from Utah. Same place as the dino bone and all those agates. That's from our property. And there's a couple layers and a few different ancient seas that happened. Basically, every time we had a mass glacial event that caused all the different inland seas, each and every time Utah would fill up because it's what's called the Great Basin and it's the
Mm-hmm.
lowest point
Mm-hmm.
in all of that area of the Rockies. So
Mm-hmm.
every time the glaciers melted, it filled up the basin in Utah, and that stuff took ages to evaporate and or refreeze or soak in the ground, other things. But that's how we got the Great Salt Lake. And the Great Salt Lake is a huge, big, famous area. It's the salt flats of Utah. It's where they set the land speed records because it's just a huge flat area of all the salt that all came from that melting and all the deposits all building up in the Great Basin. But along with it, you got all these different times of different seabeds and different plant life, corals, crinoids, different kinds of fish. That's so wild.
That is cool.
I couldn't put a date on that for you, but
I couldn't either, but it's cool.
I can tell you we tried to look up some of the layers out there, and it's likely I think it was something like 1.6 million years old or something older.
This is the last rock, you guys.
That there looks like a Dugway.
Doesn't it, though? Let's see.
Super
There we
Drizzy.
go. Yeah. That needs face polish.
I love the Dugways.
So pretty in there, you guys. Wish I could get you. Oops, now I got rocks stuck to my bum. Wish I
Turn
could
your
get you in there a little bit better.
turn your phone light on for this one.
I tried. It said it wasn't allowed. So I don't know how otherwise.
Huh.
But let me see if I can get this little flashlight in here for us.
Always changing things on YouTube. Oh man, that velvet druzy bot.
For a second there. Oh.
It's like a velvet druzy in there. It's so nice.
There, we're getting it somewhere.
I have the other half somewhere here. I kept it. I like to send people halves and keep the other half.
I know I was kind of thinking about doing that with that one that came from jeans that you said you were going to keep if no one got it.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get it in my vise and cut it right down the druzy pockets.
Oh yeah.
So each half has a nice pocket on it.
I've seen a few people doing anything from like clay or epoxy. The coolest thing I've seen recently now is this guy mixes brick mortar. It's like a brick cement he uses, so red clay cement, and he fully encases a rock, and he gets the rock like he. Let me explain this better. He makes a big box to hold all the clay stuff. He puts a layer of it in, and then puts the rock down exactly how he wants to cut it, lined up in his brick, and then fills in the brick and lets it dry. Then he's just got this huge, perfectly squared brick he can put in his vise, and it cuts straight down through the center of it. And the material he uses is very easy on his saw. He says it doesn't actually really damage or do any extra cutting or wear
I've
to the
seen
saw.
people. Did Dave buy a big chunk of something like that one time? it was like a big tube with agates throughout it, and then.
I think you're right.
But he said that the problem is that when he was done though, like how the heck do you get the agates out of there? Because they were like encased in that stuff.
See, and the
So
one I watched recently, the guy, his mix, it broke up so easy and just basically tapped it right off all the rocks and could break it all off, but yet it was sturdy enough to go through the saw.
I am so thrilled, you guys. Look at all these goodies.
You covered up the candy corn, top right. Oh, you touched it. That one. That one, yep. No, you put it down again. It was the triangle one. Yeah. See? Little piece of candy corn. It's a triangle, too.
Rock hounds. Trick or treat. Here you go. That's cool. Really cool. Okay, I'm going to take you guys for a ride again so I can look at you for a minute.
Oh, like Jackie said, muriatic acid eats bagged concrete. I think he did mention for certain rocks he will actually put it in acid to finish cleaning it up. But whatever he was using, mostly cleaned right off, and he broke it off and tapped it off with a hammer and stuff. It was awesome. I'll have to look up that video and share it with you, see if I can't find it.
Yeah, drop it in the Discord or something.
Yeah, it was some channel I don't even subscribe to, someone I've never seen before. I was out just exploring rock channels.
Do that too from time to time. Sometimes you come across little treasures, like you say. There was a helpful hint on how to. I know a lot of like my meteorite buddies. They aren't afraid of like completely hot gluing the stone into a wooden shim or totally like.
And that's good too. I mean,
cut through the hot glue and everything.
Yeah.
So.
And if you do that, what is it? Acetone should leach off the hot glue and put a few drops under it and then peel it right off. I think acetone.
Yeah, I think even if you needed to go that far, even with it, I bet you could just peel it off there. But yeah, I don't know if that'd be quite enough to hold something as tough as an agate. I don't know if I'd trust just super glue to hold an agate, but
not super glue, but good hot glue. And they make different strengths of hot glue. And I will tell you what.
I'll show you one here. In your vice too, it helps. I mean, you're not just relying on the glue, but yeah, it makes me a little nervous. I haven't tried it yet, so it makes me nervous.
So don't use the wrong kind of glue, or you end up in this situation where you can't even get a stone off. This is like some super industrial super glue, and I keep getting worried I'm going to break the stone. I cannot get it off of there.
Oh no!
I even put like chemicals on it. So this stone, I haven't. Man, it's never going anywhere. It's got a nice polish on it now. But this is some of the graveyard plume agate, but not some that I found. This was one. So sadly, it belonged to my dad's best friend, and it was like the last piece he was working when he died. So he passed away while working on a few stones and stuff, and this was one of them. And so I always wanted to finish it and give it like to his son or something. I got it finished, and I can't get it off the damn stick.
That sucks.
And I'm so scared of breaking it. I'm going to take a Dremel, and I'm going to cut and grind away and get the back and carefully remove it off with just like a Dremel. I've actually got a little hacksaw. I might sit here with the hacksaw.
Yeah, or just a tiny the jeweler's saw that you use for cutting silver. You could probably get right in there, get it mostly off of there, and then take it to the flat lap and grind the rest of the glue and wood off.
Yeah, and my flat lap's broken, so I got to join a club to still get.
I was going to ask how that was going for you. Sorry.
So bad.
Such nerve, but
no. We just so the plan was to move in and then basically send my machine out right away. I was like, we're going to move into the new place, get stuff organized, and then I'm going to send my machine out to get repaired and get right to polishing stuff while I'm looking for a job. But then reality sunk in, and we saw the bank accounts after moving and all the fees and all the things. It's like, Cool. I'm in debt for the first time in like 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got a few weeks till I can really buy anything, and it might be a month or two um, till I'm out of the hole and can send my machine out. But in the meantime, I'll try and join a club and see if I can't get on some of their machines to use.
Awesome idea.
Yeah, I'm at least gonna get a new Dremel. Someone sent me $35 to pay for a new Dremel motor because mine burned out. So at the very least, I'm gonna go do that, and we'll at least be able to do some Dremel work and like work on some of these fire agates and stuff I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. Yeah. You heard I accidentally bought a whole crap load of fire agate?
Oh, I saw. Yeah, I was watching
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
accidentally. Yeah. So
that
if
was a
if
killer deal.
you need some more material, just say so, I'll send you some.
I've got a few to work right now, and our friends AZ Rockhound Expeditions down in Arizona, they now have fire agate claim, or one
Awesome.
of their claims has fire agate on it or something. They
I
sent me
haven't heard that. That's cool.
yeah, they sent me a little handful of them. Actually, here's one right here. Just happens to be um,
Oh, that's beautiful.
it's like calamari. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
And y'all hold your tongue. I know some people want to say some things about it.
Yep, it looks very pretty.
But down there you can see the
Yep,
nice iridescent iron layers. So it's
yep.
an iron oxide that layers with the chalcedony to cause that iridescence.
That's
But
beautiful.
let's see how close I can get to show the clear. Look at the clear little bots. And up around here, it's got super clear, almost opaly little bots.
Beautiful.
It looks like calamari. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
fire agate. This one
I
won't
do
need a
too.
polish. This is just a specimen piece.
Yep.
Claim, yeah, right. That ain't happening.
Sorry, Jeff. I don't have the badges and the
those
icons and all that stuff here, so
those there are headed to you this week, though, Jeff.
Jeff, those are beautiful. Those are cool.
They look so tiny from here.
Oh, look, Jeff recognized JJ too.
Yeah, he commented something on Tyler's post yesterday, and Tyler's like, "Who's this JJ person? Who said this? Is this one of you?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was me."
Yeah, glad you stopped in today, JJ, or Lamb, or whoever we're calling you. You'll have all kinds of nicknames before you know it. It is
Oh,
a happy rock, isn't it, Andrew? I agree. Very happy little fire agate. I got a cute little specimen piece like that too that I'll never do anything with. It's very similarly shaped too, but I love it. It's just, how could you? It's so pretty. I gotta grab it real quick. I showed it off already, but
so I want to show off just how nice these new lights are that Loki sent me.
yeah.
They actually make my opals flash. Oh, come on, focus.
Mine too, all of a sudden. We're both over here. Hey there, flash in your pan. We got
But
some
it's
flash going on here. We're flashing you our fire agates and our opals and
yeah, it's nice to finally have lights that will show the opal flash.
it's doing a really good job too. You weren't kidding.
Yeah, there's no sunlight in here. Normally I needed sunlight to show the opals.
Right? Hey, son, when you come home from school, will you bring in an armful of firewood, please?
If I remember to, I will.
All right, thank you.
It's got some red in it.
Having robotics practice that.
Okay.
That's got a nice color bar going right through the whole thing.
Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, those are beautiful. That's some of
Oops.
the bluest opal I've seen in a minute.
I've got to pull some of my other ones out. These are just ones I had sitting here next to me.
Oh my goodness. That
This is a
doesn't
little,
even look real.
right? This one's really tiny. I'm just gonna flatten it really, really tiny and thin and actually use it for a doublet. I'm gonna put a backing or a triplet. I'm gonna put glass over the top and like obsidian behind it to make the color pop or
The
something.
really easy way to do that is with one of these. It'd be perfect for one of these little pendants with the zoomophobe on it.
Right. Yeah, but my old lights, man, they would never show my opals like that. I'm
Oh
loving
my
these lights. And these
goodness.
are the same lights you have.
Did you use the little filter, the white filter on it?
Nope.
No,
No
you just
filter.
let it rip, huh? Awesome.
Hashtag no filter.
Yeah, I want to see that big colorful piece right up front there with all the red and blue and yellow in it.
Oh
Can we?
yeah,
Yeah.
I started to show this when you were out of the room.
Oh my goodness.
It's something I was using just to break in Gene's new wheels. So it's got a wobble on it and a
Mm-hmm.
big pit right there.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to
Mm-hmm.
break in his new wheels. So it needs to be reworked, but once it's reworked, it's a beautiful piece.
Heck yeah, it is.
It's a petrified wood. I can't remember if this one's Wyoming.
Oh my goodness, that's pretty. That like sea blue green right there at the top right is just
Yeah, and then that one.
gets my heart.
Also using that to break in the other wheels.
Mm-hmm. Too bad you don't have a flat lap right now. You could fix
I
something.
know. No, I've just been when I've got a little free time to play with rocks, I've been sitting there. That's my hold on. That's my little rock smashing area. I gotta move this, sorry. What I did there is just like your photo box lights.
Mm-hmm.
I took mine out of my photo box and I cut little slits in the top of this cardboard and just put them in
Oh,
there. So I can turn it on and illuminate the whole box.
yeah.
And use that for breaking up rocks and doing stuff in there. Makes for a nice, easy cleanup too.
Nice.
Sometimes I got a vacuum on the floor out in front of it,
Yeah,
some
but
debris gets out, but that captures most of it.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I've just been sitting there breaking up and freeing all sorts of topaz and stuff.
So I haven't seen him in here yet today, and I don't know if I should be sharing all of his deepest, bestest secrets, but I'm going to. Bear was saying when you're doing your fire agate Dremel stuff, that if you cut the ends off of a jug, both ends off of a jug, you could put your hands inside there and some water inside there and just look down inside your jug. And
Yeah.
keep it from spraying you and stuff. I don't know. That's the greatest option ever, but if you got the right jug, I think that'd be a cool thing.
Yeah. Jeff says get a refrigerator box so you can get all up inside it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Rockin' Kentucky. You have a good one, man.
Yeah, Bearfruit win on that one for sure. He had a
I'd
jug
say
like
man colloquially, whether you're man or woman. I'm sorry. Don't know. I don't.
man works.
I say, what up, man, to everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
I am too. Dude
I
and
was a
man.
hippie boy once. Hippie man. What's up, man? Peace, man.
Yeah.
That was me in my teen years.
And Rockin' Kentucky, that's Andrew. So it is a man. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping in, Andrew.
I don't know if I'm subscribed. We're gonna have to change that. Do they have a channel?
Yes, but no. Yes, no videos, I think.
Oh, okay.
I try to watch, like, if people are sub to
You're
me, I
right.
do try to watch their stuff. So if there was something there to watch, I'm pretty sure I probably would have.
Yeah, you're right. No videos. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got so many people I'm sub to, and when I sub to people and I leave a comment, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know you watched my channel." Like a couple people recently, I was like, "So let me be honest, I do, but I don't. I don't really have time to watch even like half of my friends." I feel
Yep.
bad. Like yesterday, I was catching up on Jeff's videos finally and watching a few of his that I hadn't seen yet. Like
I've got one I need to catch up on as well, I think.
Like, I could let them play in the background, but I'll miss everything, and I don't want to miss the stuff. So, like, it's hard to have time when I'm not doing other things. But when I'm cleaning my house or, working on the rocks and
Mhm.
stuff, that's not when I have people on because I'll miss way too much. And that's instead I put on podcasts and listen to Nick Zentner talk about geology or Neil deGrasse talk about astrophysics or stuff like
Yep,
that.
Nova puts out some good documentaries, some good
Yep.
geology documentaries.
Yeah, I sit and
Um,
listen to hours of geology stuff. People would be so bored hanging out at my house. Or
I know I
actually,
always
we wouldn't do
figured
that, but
I always figured too, like no one's watching or listening to me. Trust me, nobody is. And if they were, they quit their job.
right?
Trust me.
Have fun spying on me listening to geology all day.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
Oh, we can let this guy go. He's talking about the other kinds of rocks. We don't have to watch him anymore. False
Mom and
flag.
my mom and I were having a really far-fetched conversation this morning. I did the 500, you guys. We've made it. We've got to 500. I know, yeah. And
501 now.
is it awesome?
Probably
So
JJ.
yeah, probably. Thanks, JJ, if that was you and you're watching later. So mom says, "How are you going to celebrate?" And Rufo says, "How are you going to celebrate?" And like the best thing I could think of was to blow something up. And so mom was asking me before I started the live this morning. She's like, "Are you going to blow something up? Are you going to go blow something up?" I'm like, "Nah, probably not." And she's like, "Could you imagine? You start your live stream, you blow something up, they lock down the school, like it makes national news, you know, YouTuber celebrating 500 subscribers threatens school with bomb, like, like let's hope it doesn't, like, but she's like, can you imagine the cops showing up at your door, you blowing stuff up? No, officer, as there's like a steaming sparkler bomb bouquet out in my driveway in the snow, no, I don't know what you're talking about. So we were having just like this really fun back and forth banter about blowing stuff up this morning. I may or may not blow something up in celebration. We'll see. But thank you guys, for the congratulations. Couldn't have done it without you guys. So everybody's important. Everybody's a drop in that bucket. I appreciate everybody.
Yep. Jeff's jumping up there too. He got his first 100.
He did the hundo. Yoo-hoo! I'm excited for Jeff.
I'm
Keep
helping
going,
him.
man.
I'm gonna help him learn how to edit a little more because I sent him a video so he can cut
Good.
down the cutting videos and stuff so he can get some more quick, concise videos out. That'll
Yeah.
help a lot too.
Yeah. Awesome. There's a lot to learn in there.
I may have to send him a different one because it's a screen recording and you can't see where, you never know where someone's fingers are during a screen recording and what they're always clicking. So, like,
Yeah.
I should get my other phone and record myself doing it on the phone to send to him or something.
Yes, please. No, you don't suck. And even if you did, Jeff, sucking is just the first step at getting good at something. So
It's a whole process to learn. Go watch my. Actually, you can't watch some of my very first videos because I took quite a few of them down for that reason. Some of them were bad, and still after like 3 years had like 42 views, and I'm like, okay, well, obviously this just needs to go.
yeah, yeah. And there are some great tutorials out there, but sometimes just getting it from somebody so that you know that it's trusted information is helpful as well. Because, yeah, there are really a lot of great tutorials on YouTube, but there are also a lot of really bad tutorials and wormholes that you can get sucked down into. And so
Yep, and
just
so many of those.
knowing that someone you know and trust has suggested a creator or some content is sometimes a helpful reassurance that you are on the right track.
Yeah, and some of those tutorials, they're all dealing with one specific app, so you have to be using that app to understand what they're showing you, because a lot of the apps are not the same in their editing functions and how different features work.
Yeah, yeah. So it is handy to have a friend kind of walk you through it, even if it's just the suggestion of, hey, watch this video. It's helpful because that one video, man, out of billions. So we'll get you there, Jeff, though.
Yeah. So I just gotta ask real quick, did yours come with like all of the different filter color
Yep,
things?
it did. Yep, it did. So we could have a disco party in here. I could make myself
I know,
look like
right?
a monster for Halloween. I should put the green filter on there and
Well, part of me was wondering, like, I guess my editing software already does really good at like taking a solid wall background out, but like if I needed to, I could put the green filter on there and shine it on my wall and then have the other one white light on me and record, and I wonder if it would help cut out the background like a green screen.
green screen it.
Like, but then again, my editing software already does that. Like if you watch my recent video with my character select thing,
Oh my gosh, I love that. Love that video. That was genius editing.
and that was AI, not AI. I mean, the green screen cutout effect is an AI that's built into my editing app. All I do is select, it like lets you choose, do you want to remove object, person, or background? And I just click remove background, and it like takes a minute to load that clip, and it's like, boop, there we go, we cut out the background for you. And it's
Right
not
on.
always perfect. There's little parts because I was standing next to my door and it bugs me because there's parts I'm moving and you can see the doorknob show up and pop up and it makes the background like all jumpy. And I'm like, all things to fix in part like version 2.
Yep, I could get better at. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, that first 100 is the hardest, I think, Jeff. After that, the algorithm starts to kind of play in your advantage because you do have more videos in your history, more opportunities for people to watch. So
And a big thing is linking your videos to your other videos. Getting on YouTube Studio on a computer, not just your phone, and you have to go into Studio and select. Actually, here, let's have a YouTube tutorial real quick here.
thank you, because I need to be doing that more.
So we're gonna go to my studio, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna select my recent video, which is not doing so hot.
Go hit that video, you guys. Show Rufo some love.
So, and here's why though. I didn't put anything in the description, no hashtags, and I didn't even put it in my shorts playlist. There's a lot of things I didn't even do. I don't even know if I added other tags to it. Anyway, you go over here when you're on your computer, and you go below where your listings are. This is your restrictions. It tells you if you have a copyright or anything. And then just below that is related video. This is only a shorts feature. If it's a full length video, it's going to say end screen here. But for shorts, you can just click related video and choose any one of your other videos or shorts. And it will, when someone finishes that short, it'll recommend, hey, watch this video of theirs next.
Thank you.
So boom, I didn't have anything set. Now that I do, now this video, when you're done, it'll recommend going to the double terminated topaz first. Do that on all your shorts, and it gets people sucked into a loop of watching your videos.
Yay, thank you. I love that. I knew you could do it, like because obviously you see other creators where there's things are popping up at the end, but I didn't know how. So I'm glad you showed me that, and I need to be doing that.
Yeah, and if you are on your phone doing editing, it's not an option. So you need to go into the Studio app. If you have YouTube Studio on your phone, maybe you can do it there, actually.
I don't think you can. I don't know if you can or not. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know that you can.
The Studio app on your phone is not very good.
However, you can, if you're out and about and don't have access to your computer, you can always log in from Google Chrome. And when it says, do you want to use the mobile app, hit no, stay on website. And do it through Google Chrome. And then you can actually set your Premiere timers and everything. So a lot of people have been complaining recently about the horrible default YouTube Premiere. Jeff knows all about it. He'll be in his truck waiting for Premiere to start, and it blasts so much louder than any other video. The default YouTube Premiere video is just that loud, blaring, horrible noise. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm sorry, I'm on mobile. I can't change that. I don't have access to a computer. Well, yeah, just log in through Chrome, go to YouTube Studio on Chrome, and there's the end screen option and the Premiere change option. Just be aware, you need to change it more than 15 minutes before your Premiere, or it doesn't stick. If you're maybe 15 to 10 minutes or less before your Premiere and you go change the Premiere timer, it's not going to actually change before the video goes live. Really so just know, always set your premieres to be like 30 or more minutes ahead. You should always do more than 30 minutes, at least an hour or more, because YouTube doesn't send out notifications till 30 minutes before your video. So if you all of a sudden are setting your video to say premiere at noon, but it's currently 11:31, by the time you finish setting up your video and tell it to premiere at noon, no one is going to get a notification until the moment it goes live.
Mm-hmm.
So notifications are also broken in a way like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Always
And
try to
Travis
give your
says
premiere
that
some
he
time.
did not know that. So you helped a whole handful of people today. Way to be. You get your gold sticker for today. For sure. For sure. It's, coffee and rock chat and part of being a creator, you gotta kind of help each other out sometimes. And so yeah, that's awesome. Travis is going right now to his studio to fix some of his videos. I
There
don't
you
know
go.
that. Just I'll be doing it. I'll be doing it later today. Try to at least try it. See if I can get a couple of my videos done. And then it's a big night for Meteor night tonight. We're having a guest speaker tonight, so I'm gonna have a lot of hours racked up on my phone today. Poor thing.
Send me a message and a link right before, like a little right before it starts, so that I can maybe try and come in tonight.
It's a kind of a more niche thing. You're definitely welcome, but kind of a more niche topic tonight. So
Oh, okay.
I'll definitely send you another invite, but maybe when we're doing something a little more playful and fun.
Yeah, we can chat about it after this too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I definitely want to jump in some of the meetings.
Yeah, we'd love to have you there. It's always, I mean, you watch what you watch on YouTube. When you guys go to Topher Spin Meteorites and watch what you watch, what you get to see is edited stuff unless you subscribe to the Patreon, then you can get some unedited videos played for you, but it's always just a little different there. We say and do things when the record button is not on that are, to have like Professor Pat or Mike Kelly or somebody have a personal conversation with you is a lot different than just watching it on TV. So, and those
Yeah.
guys are great, really great, geology minded people, science minded people. So it's fun. Thank you, Carol, for stopping in.
Bye. Have a good one.
Yeah.
I was typing it while you were talking to not cut over you.
Yeah.
Say bye.
You can interrupt me. Won't hurt my feelings.
Ooh, you know what I didn't show? I've shown on Discord and my shorts and stuff, but I haven't actually shown it or talked about it here today. It's one of my new favorite things I got, and that's the cerussite on barite with galena from Morocco.
Heck. Oh my gosh, it almost looks like a aquamarine.
Yeah, so the
Stone.
striations on the girdle there are natural, and cerussite gets those. It's really cool. It's like these notches.
The little tiny ones right next to that almost look blue like aquamarine up behind it.
That
Top.
and that,
Yeah.
those are galena, silver galena lead ore.
I can see it's like a druzy kind of thing there, right? But
Kind
man,
of. It's actually metallic. It's like all metal. It's just like that galena I sent you.
Yep. Ooh, that's pretty.
What's wild is, check this out. Even with my lights on, watch what the UV does, even in the light.
Oh.
Now watch when I turn the lights off. It's insane.
And Jennifer says that I think you have taught her a lot, and most importantly, taught her about the fun of learning. That's cool, Jennifer. I think that we should
Awesome.
all keep learning for sure.
I
Look
love
at
that.
that. Beautiful.
It's actually doing really well right now. Normally it's hard to photograph this.
Stunningly good job, yeah.
Thanks for being good today, YouTube.
No kidding.
Yeah, if you go watch my recent short, you'll actually see. In fact, just for funsies, I'm going to click it. I'm going to click this short and see just how bad it is.
And see how bad. No. Was it bad resolution that day or is it?
Well, we'll see if it plays. YouTube does this weird thing on PC where when you're watching shorts, all of a sudden it gets really weird. So we'll see if it actually plays the video, if it gets really weird in a second.
I gotta go back and watch it. Jeff says claim.
Yeah, look at how much more flooded out it is on the normal camera. The live was actually getting rid of that flooding,
It was, yeah.
saturated light. Anyway.
I
Yeah.
think you're not drinking enough coffee this morning, Rufo, because I have to take a bio break again, and you haven't had to once yet. Hydrate. Hydrate.
You
I'll be
know,
right back, guys.
it's one of those things, like, me and my partner joke about it all the time too, because I'll go hanging out with all my female friends, my girlfriend and some of her female friends, our friends, and like
we all
we'll hang
go
out for
3, you're 1.
yep. It's like road trips. I'll drive, for those here listening, I'll drive hours and hours, go 6-8 hours driving, not need to stop. Jeff, I will get you some at the Tucson show this January. I will be going to Tucson. I talked to Whitney again, and I was like, please, please. Y'all told me I could go for my birthday, even though my birthday's this next month in November. My present is I want to go to Tucson in January and go to the big show. And I told her, you know what? I can go without her. She doesn't have to go with me. I will just go to Tucson for like 3 or 4 days, and I will just go film like crazy and go do some lives, do some really good interviews, and I will try and make this my best gem show video yet. Try and be a little bit more like Dave in the professionalism and talking to people. My hugest issue was at the Amigos Minerals, that live thing I did. That was supposed to be a whole interview with them. We had talked for like an hour before, and they said they were going to go through and tell me what all the minerals were, but they kept running off and not wanting to be on camera. He's like, oh, I don't want to talk. I don't want them to hear me on camera. And then he'd go over in the corner and he pulled the live up and was watching the live on his phone. I'm like, no, come over and help. Why are you sitting down watching the live? Get over here and be on the live. And he's like, no, just go show stuff and tell people. I'm like, I don't know. It's your stuff. Come show me. So it's a little awkward for some people to be on camera. And I'm hoping next time at the gem show in Tucson, more people will want to actually do interviews with me.
Yeah, because I mean, they've all got stuff to say, I'm sure, that we need to hear, and just coaxing it out of them, right?
Jeff, that's also in the works. They've been really busy. I've definitely talked to them little bits about it here and there. We're going to do some lives together, probably before we get to meet up, but I will drive over there and like try and spend some time with them, maybe go see LXR again, maybe even one of my other gold buddies. So yeah, might go make a weekend of it or something.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I like how he just keeps throwing claims out and hoping that one might
Yeah.
stick. That's funny. I got to tell you guys too, by the way, the water coming out of the bathroom faucet is frigid today.
It's getting kind of chilly here. It's actually getting to the 50s. It's about as cold as it gets, though, is sometimes the 40s, but doesn't really get cold enough here to snow or anything.
Yeah, and it's 12 degrees, so it's definitely freezing here today, but 12 is not bad. I mean, it's not 12 below. It's 12 is doable.
It's 66 here currently with a low of 52. So the low at midnight was only like 52.
My kid went camping the
morning.
other night up on the butte, and it got like 50 degrees out at night, and I was like, dang, that was pretty nice weather for October especially. But yeah, you could never, I mean, any other year go camping in the middle of October, nuh-uh. But yeah, 50 was our low that night. I was like, oh, you lucky ducks, you snuck one more camping night out of this year. So I went for a walk that day. In fact, he came out. So I'm out in what locally we call the Badlands, and I'm out rock hounding, and I have no cell phone. I have a phone, but no cell phone service, right? So here comes my kid blowing down the road. He's kind of going a little bit fast, and he jumps out, and I'm thinking, did he just come to rock hound with me, or is there some kind of an emergency? And so he jumps out and he starts running across the field, and now my heart really sinks, and I'm like, what's wrong? Is everything okay? And yeah, everything's fine. Can I go camping with my buddies up on West Butte today? And I'm like, yeah, as long as everyone's okay. And then I'm like, wait a minute, what did I just agree to? Yeah. So they did. They went camping and had fun, but I was out there all day, and these were two of my favorite finds.
Oh, nice. That is some stressed feldspar. Is that striations from grinding?
Nope, it's a pet wood.
Oh, it tricked me. It looked
Yep.
like grinding striations from being squoze
Yeah,
on a
I could
fault
see
line.
that. I could see that.
Wow.
My mom was like, "You're not either gonna cut that." I was like, "I actually might. It's about perfect size and shape for my saw. I actually might cut it." So, and then I found a bunch of these like super wonky shaped ones. This one's kind of fun. It's let's see if I can see it. Oh yeah, on this side. You can see all of the nope. Not this way you can't. Some of the banding in it. Anyway, we'll look at these and turn the camera around and look closer up. I got a whole pile of stuff that I found the other day that was in line for today's live, except that instead we got to open the package from Rufo and there was petrified turds in there. Oh, I don't know if I won the last walk of the year or not, but I kind of went out in a blaze of glory. And then so we were out for like literally, I think 6, 7 hours straight hiking, and it was beautiful, such nice weather. And I had a backpack, which I don't usually do a backpack. I usually do kind of like a one shoulder thing. And I kept doing the Katie did rocks move, where I just drop the rock in the backpack and then kind of keep carrying on. And pretty soon, I swear this backpack must have weighed 80, 90, maybe even 100 pounds, because I was looking for some bigger stuff that I could feed to my saw this winter. And I kept like every time I'd see a rock, I would squat down and come back up and squat down. And pretty soon my legs were like jello. And it was like doing the sewing needle every time I'd come up. And I'm like, it's time to be done. So that was literally 6 days ago. And my legs still hurt just a little bit.
That's how you know you got a good workout. That's like when we come home from Herkimer, or even after I went to Topaz, like it's a soft rock, but swinging a hammer for 6 hours straight. We also got some agates there that day too, down the road from Topaz at a place called Agate Hill. But man, yeah, hours of swinging a hammer. I get home and I'm ambidextrous, so I switch it up too. And my right arm gets tired, I start swinging to my left a bit. Like, but I get home, my arms just jelly, and my legs too from carrying buckets of rocks up and down the hills.
I knew I was pushing it, but I didn't know I was gonna hurt for a week.
You after you do that, you need to like not just have tons of water, but like a lot of vitamins too, a lot of potassium to help
Yeah,
prevent the cramping and get the
some
healing going.
Pedialyte would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I definitely drove it home. And I had that like mental thing too where I'm like, nah, that's not really, but it's gonna snow and all the rocks are gonna be gone, so you better take it. Nah, I'll leave it. No, take it. No, I'll leave it. um, so yeah, it was I knew for sure it was probably gonna be the last really nice day, and we were probably really lucky to even have that. I kind of thought we were done. So to get one more hoorah in there, you bet I packed my bag.
And then you got snow, right?
And it snowed today. There's probably a good inch or better snow just in the windowsill right now. So I thought they were calling for not very much, like under an inch, and then they were like, "Oh no, how about 3? How about 3 inches?" Whoops. Not
Well, and
that
those
one.
things are always, those weather forecasts are for a general area. And here's a fun thing. Here's one more little lesson for people today in meteorology. When it says 30% chance of snow or 30% chance of rain, that does not mean that there is only a 30% chance that it will rain or snow in your area. What it means is there is going to be snow or rain that day, but for the area that weather survey covers, only 30% of the area will see rain or snow. So there's a huge
Ah,
misconception that that percentage you get in weather forecasts is your chance of getting weather or snow, but it's not. It's just how much of your area is going to see that weather. So
so the bigger the area your weatherman's looking at, or the smaller the area he's looking at, And I bet you that being rural like I am, I bet you our area is probably quite a bit bigger than somewhere like a big city.
Yep.
Who's
Well, like,
looking
so
at
for example, in Herkimer, in the spot I go specifically, um, there's a pretty consistent weather pattern they get all through the summer, and it's because of the shapes of the hills and mountains next door. And they'll say that there's constantly every day they'll say, oh, 10% chance of rain, but that 10% hits them every single day, because what happens is, you've got your mountains or hills here, and the air pressure comes in, and as it comes up it gets condensed above the mountain, and as it comes over it releases the pressure and allows the rain to start falling, and they're
Yep.
on that downslope where every day the released pressure rains on them just a little bit.
So I was
Weather's
saying
fun. Science is fun.
it is. And yeah, so that just triggered a thing that I just watched a Nova program about the, North American continent. And they were talking about even before Pangea, there was one more supercontinent before that, and that the mountains were on the east coast, and that it made just the most barren, nasty desert on the western side of our continent then, and that we were just nothing but sand dunes over here. And
What's
so, yeah, I mean, we take for granted how much the Rocky Mountains really do affect our weather. They create our weather, as a matter of
mhm.
fact. Where if there was nothing on that coast, we would be like the Sahara.
What's wild is Nick Zentner. I've shared some of his videos. I've talked about him. It's Zentner, Zentner. He is like geology god on YouTube. He's one of the biggest channels. He's an educator, professor. Um, he's like what Neil deGrasse Tyson is, but for geology. He is one of the biggest faces of geology, which isn't much. Most people don't know who he is still.
Sure,
He's
but
not popular like Neil deGrasse, but in the geology world, he is. Everyone in the geology world knows him. But he recently has been doing a couple talks on this, and how only about the last 9 or 10 months or so, there's this whole new theory on how the west coast of the United States was formed. And it has to do with like what you were saying. As we split off of Pangea and the US was moving west, actually, you think of North America moving west along the globe, it crashed into these islands that were there.
hmm
And that's what
hmm
created like Oregon, Washington, California, all that. That was not a part of the original North American continent. That was stuff that got smashed together into, and that's how we got the Rockies formed up, was these two land masses that we previously didn't know about collided. And it's a whole new theory that there was this other landmass out there.
They actually said
And,
that. Is your dude
and
from
yeah,
the Smithsonian?
he gives talks with the Smithsonian. And the
I
guy
wonder
he
if it's
works
the
with might
same
actually
guy.
work at the Smithsonian. He's a professor at Washington State University.
Yeah, they had actually said that very same thing on the program that I was watching the other night. It was
Yeah.
really fascinating.
Yeah, and what's even crazier is that's when you start to learn about the whole Yellowstone hotspot, right? We look at the previous pattern of the yellow hotspot eruptions. When you're looking at the US, here I'll do it backwards for you. You're looking at the US, right? The hotspot goes in a chain like this down into Idaho.
Mhm,
So here's Yellowstone at the moment, but it chains down into Idaho. And we can see like the previous 13
mhm,
eruptions along that chain and trace it
mhm.
all the way back to the tertiary period, where there's some really cool agates and stuff found in Idaho, and things that I found like opal that came from those explosions. But the whole point is Yellowstone hotspot never has moved. It doesn't
Right,
move like the continental and ocean crust. It has always stayed in the same spot in the mantle, and all of the continents moving over it. From our perspective, it looks like the hotspot's moving, but we're just moving over the hotspot.
right, right.
But that ancient hotspot is what produced those original islands. So those islands that we crashed into were a product of that
No
hotspot.
kidding? Oh, that's
So that
fascinating.
hotspot never moved. We crashed into it, took the landmass with it, and made it California and stuff. But the hotspot just stayed there. So that tells us that not only that's kind of why they say the evidence of the hotspots just seems to stop as you come down through Idaho and get close to the Oregon Idaho border, and you hit all those areas. Our evidence of where the hotspots are just seems to just go away and disappear. And so old theories were like maybe Yellowstone hotspot wasn't always there, maybe the plume started at some point then. But nope, it's just that it was always there, and that's what formed the original landmass of Oregon, California, all that stuff that we crashed into, and then as we moved over it, the hotspots appeared. And it's
Fascinating.
so wild. And they look at
I know.
geomagnetism and
I have
have made
a
a
hard time
whole new model
wrapping
of plate tectonics.
Right? Okay, so when I have a hard time wrapping my mind around the physical stuff that I can touch, the crinoids this was unimaginable times and distances and things, but then you get even farther
What,
back than
Becca?
that, and I'm like, yeah, it's amazing, amazing that we can
Becca,
even
just now?
speculate. I mean, even if we're wrong, that we can even speculate about times that far in the distant past is amazing to me. I'm glad that somebody was excited enough about learning to figure some of that stuff out, or at least try to.
Right? And that's the kind of stuff I want to get into. I would love to even build upon that later in my career, in my geology career. Becca, did that happen today? You just, what? What?
She just did. You could have called me for a ride. Anywho, Spot says she thinks that she has seen your guy, your geology guy. I wonder if I haven't as well.
Nick Zentner. I'm gonna just pull him up and show you guys. You'll know his face.
I want to check him out if I haven't. Nick Zentner. Yeah, it doesn't sound like the guy I watched the other night, but like you say, maybe they know each other.
Top
Popping right up in your search there. Yep. Okay. Yep, I do know this dude.
78,000 subscribers. Wait, did it look? It's not on. Oh, God, they keep doing this to me. They've done that to me so many times. I keep putting it to that. They keep changing it. I hate YouTube some days.
I have watched some of his stuff. Now he does a lot of stuff like from a whiteboard, doesn't he?
I mean, he does a lot of stuff out in the field, as you can see.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
But he also gives like talks and does stuff on like chalkboards and whiteboards.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
But yeah, it's got this whole great recent thing he did talking about where is it? Yeah, if you just go through his recent videos for the last few months, it was like 5 months ago was this really big one, giving the talk about it, and then it's just been evolving from there. Great dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally endorse his channel, even though he don't know who I am. That's fine. I'll
Yeah,
support his
that's
channel.
totally. I'm going right now, actually. I got to do it right now. I'm sure I am subscribed to him, but let me make sure I've got my notifications on.
Yeah, I thought. Here's the funny one that gets me. Not only has YouTube been changing my notifications bell to be a lower tier, they actually increased it too. There are some channels that I supported by subscribing to them just to be nice, but that I didn't actually have interest in watching. But, to help them out and get their subscriber count up, I was like, sure, I'll give you a sub and watch one or two videos. But it wasn't really my kind of content. Well, suddenly their video started, any video they pop instantly in my notifications. And I'm like, why am I seeing every single one of their videos? And I click on their page and it's set to all notifications. I'm like, I put it to none. I put it to no notifications for this channel, and suddenly it's set to all. YouTube just like randomizes it, I swear, every once in a while. They were like, hey, you haven't been watching this channel, so we're going to set you to all now. And all of a sudden, every day, I keep turning on my YouTube app, and it's like, oh, hey, you have 25 notifications. And I'm like, cool, one of my videos blew up. I've got comments. No, I've got 2 comments on my videos and 23 videos suggested.
uh, it. I don't know if that's as disruptive as unsubscribing me and me missing videos. That really does make me mad.
Right, yeah. When it unsubscribes me from the channels I actually really like to watch, that's what annoys me.
Yeah.
Like, that was part of the issue with Nick Zentner is I used to watch his videos a lot a couple years ago, and then I kind of forgot about him, and it got in the background as I got into the lapidary stuff. And about a month or two ago, one of his videos came up again. I was like, oh yeah, this guy. And I set it back to all, but as you just saw, it was not set to all. And I haven't watched his last 2 months of videos, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Holy
Jennifer went to the river. Did you have any luck, Jennifer? I don't see water often out here on the prairie. If I do, it's just about puddle deep is all. It's about deep enough for the dog to roll in. I should.
Well.
I should go more. But yeah. Yeah, how did we do? We're at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a pot of coffee, you guys. We did it.
Yeah, I've got to go run a couple little errands here, go pick up my dog's medicine. Had a whole
Yep.
fiasco calling the vet and the pharmacy like 3 times. I kept being in the pharmacy. They're like, no, we don't have the prescription here for your dog. I called my vet. She's like, yep, we called them and called it in. I was like, can you tell me the store number and confirm it? She's like, yeah, this. And I talked to this guy and I'm like, she just said she talked to you. He's like, have her call me. And I'm like having them go back and forth for 2 days now, trying to get my dog's meds. I'm like, it's not even a control, like, it's not even controlled substance or
Right?
anything. It's like, just give my
Like
dog her
eye
meds,
drop.
please. It's
Jackie just
Prozac.
said that
My my dogs are
or
on Prozac.
oh well, you know. I know some people's dogs who should be on Prozac.
It's
Spot said
amazing.
that it
got booted. There, I'm back.
Oh wait.
Oh,
Oh, you went away and came back.
Yeah, Spot said it unsubscribed her from ER, and now that you mention it, I haven't seen ER's content in a minute either, so maybe I ought to check. And then Jackie said that YouTube updated just like this morning, and that we should probably be checking some of our most favorite channels to make sure that we didn't get bumped. So.
I don't know if my phone just glitched out or what. Ooh.
Nope, mine. I dropped. It dropped my internet connection. It said
Now it's
so.
echoing bad.
Uh-oh. It's time to be done anyway.
I don't know if anyone else hears the echo.
Take care of your doggies. Rockhounds are great. Thank
Love
you,
y'all.
everybody.
Have fun.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. Oh, let's see.